President Bola Tinubu addressed Nigerians on Democracy Day. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps called on Nigerians to join hands in the fight against insecurity. United States and Saudi Arabia condemns resumption of violence in the Sudanese capital, Khartoum. Today is 12 June 2023. I am Salamatun Aliman with the news in full. President Bola Tinubu today poured encomiums on Moshood Abiola, the winner of the annual 12th June 1993 presidential election. Tinubu, while addressing Nigerians in his Democracy Day speech, praised the late MKO Abiola for not surrendering his mandate, which eventually led to his death in military detention. According to the president, Abiola sacrificed his life in unyielding patriotic defense of the ideals of democracy as symbolized in his choice by his fellow countrymen and women as their duly elected president. Tinubu's predecessor, former President Muhammadu Buhari, had declared 12 June as Nigerians Democracy Day and posthumously awarded Nigerians' highest honor, GCFR, to Mr. Abiola.
Democracy Day is one of the most important days in the history of Nigeria, and it used to be celebrated every May 29th until June 6, 2018, when the immediate past administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari declared June 12 as the new Democracy Day in order to commemorate the events of the day of the presidential election in 1993, where results indicated a win for MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party SDP against Bashir Tofa of the National Republican Convention NRC. Abiola was never declared winner as the then head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, annulled the polls citing irregularities. In a statement 5 years ago, former President Buhari said June 12, 1993 was the day when Nigerians in millions expressed their democratic will in what was undisputedly the freest, fairest, and most peaceful election since our independence. In June 1993, he declared himself and he was and charged with treason. Moshood Kashimawo Olawole Abiola, GCFR, also known as MKO Abiola, was born on the 24th of August 1937. He was a Nigerian businessman, publisher, and a politician. He was the supreme military commander of the Oyo Empire and an aristocrat of the Eba clan. MKO Abiola ran for the presidency in 1993, for which the election results were annulled by the then military president Ibrahim Babangida because of allegations that they were corrupt and unfair. Abiola was awarded the National Honor Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, GCFR, an honor awarded to only Nigerian head of state, posthumously on 6 June 2018 by President Muhammadu Buhari, and Nigeria's Democracy Day was changed to June 12. Abiola's support in the June 1993 presidential election cut across all geopolitical zones and religious division among a few politicians to accomplish such a spread during his time. From 1972 until his death, Moshood Abiola had been conferred with 197 traditional titles by 68 different communities in Nigeria, in response to his having provided financial assistance in the construction of 63 secondary schools, 121 mosques and churches, 41 libraries, 21 water projects in 24 states of Nigeria. He died at the age of 60, leaving many wives and more than 40 children. May his soul rest in peace. Khadija Nulamin, Sawaba Radio.
Thank you for Khadija for that. Meanwhile, Baba Gana Kingpei, Vice President, presidential running mate to late Chief Moshood Kashimao Oluwale Abiola of the defunct Social Democratic Party SDP in the June 12, 1993 presidential election, has urged Nigerians to be inspired by the deceased's steadfast commitment and willingness to sacrifice his life. He made the appeal today after President Bola Ahmed inspected a guard of honor at the forecourt of the presidential villa in Abuja as part of activities scheduled to mark the 2023 Democracy Day celebration. King P. while fielding questions from State House reporters, the nation will forever be grateful for his sacrifice for the country's democracy. The Northern Elders Forum has issued a caution to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, urging him to respect the principle of separation of powers and allow the 10th National Assembly members elect their leaders. According to the forum, the legislature is an independent body and the presidency must refrain from intervening in their leadership elections. Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, Director of Publicity and Advocacy for the Northern Elders Forum, expressed this concern during a news briefing in response to a statement made by Vice President Kashim Shettima. It will be recalled that the Vice President had yesterday remarked that the most incompetent Southern Christian is better than the most puritanical Northern Muslim as Senate President. Baba Ahmed criticized the Vice President's statement, particularly considering that it came from a respected Northern Muslim with a notable political career. He also explained that the forum had repeatedly urged President Tinubu's administration to uphold the rights and privileges of elected members of the legislature in selecting their leaders. A former Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Hadi Sirika, said that the 3 billion naira released by the federal government for the establishment of Nigerian Air was not completely spent. Hadi Sirika made this known yesterday in Abuja during a program on Arise TV. According to him, from 2016 to 2023, the budget for the Nigeria Air was 5 billion naira and only 3 billion was released. And up to today, the money has not been completely spent. He said the federal government did not pay a dime for the Nigerian Air to come for the unveiling on May 26th. According to him, former President Olusegun Obasanjo handed Nigerian Airways to his friend company, Arik Air, which is indebted to the tune of over 300 billion naira. Academic activities have been paralyzed at Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, with students remaining at home for almost a month following electricity supply crisis rocking the institution. Checks revealed that the university is owing Kaduna Electric a huge sum of accumulated bill, prompting the supplier to disconnect power to the school on May 15, 2023. The university is also battling to settle the outstanding allowances of over 100 pensioners who won a court case recently. It was learned that the school management has paid 40 million naira out of the electricity bill, but Kaduna Electric was yet to reconnect the university despite the part payment, forcing the management to put on hold all its academic activities. In a bulletin published May 15th, the school management said student resumption for the second semester earlier slated for May 29th has been put on hold. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has called on Nigerians to join in the fight against insecurity to help sustain and promote democracy in the country. NSCDC Commandant General Ahmed Audi made the call on Monday, that's today, in Abuja in commemoration of the nation's Democracy Day. In a statement by the spokesman of the Corps, CC Olusola Odomuso, today, Audi said that it was imperative for citizens to support President Bola Tinubu's policies and programs for a better Nigeria. He also said that security agencies needed the cooperation of every citizen to effectively secure the country. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has been cautioned against destroying the legacies of his predecessor, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, in the name of demolition of illegal structures in the state. The governor had less than 2 weeks after assuming office embarked on demolition of illegal structures worth billions of naira. According to him, illegal structures erected in schools, mosques, playgrounds, graveyards, markets, and hospitals will be demolished to ensure strict adherence to the urban planning, beautification, and safety of the people. But the spokesman of the Progressive Fundamental Movement and All Progressive Congress APC support group, Jamil Sani, in a statement today, said the policy was a ploy to destroy the legacies of the immediate past governor, Ganduje. Sani said the demolition of Dawla Hotel, which according to him was a public-private partnership between the state and a private company, will send a wrong signal to prospective investors. Police have busted a robbery syndicate in Jigawa State and arrested 2 suspects. A statement yesterday by the police spokesman in the state, Lawan Shisa Adam, said that the suspects were arrested in Ringim local government area. Shisa Adam added that the suspect had confessed to blocking Dundubus to Gamoji Road on May 6th, during which they abandoned 2 motorcycles on sighting policemen. According to him, the suspect also confessed to participating in armed robbery operations along Gujungu to Miga Road, Kiawa to Shwari Road, and Duse to Kano Road, all in Jigawa State. He said that the 2 suspects will be charged to court upon completion of investigation. The Commissioner of Police, Emmanuel Ekot, appreciated the people of the state for their support and urged them to continue providing useful information to tackle criminal elements. Guri Local Government Council of Jigawa State is to award contract for the installation of solar street light at Lafia and Margadu towns. The council chairman Alhaji Musa Shuaibu Guri made this known to reporters in a telephone interview. The council chairman said the project will be awarded this week at the cost of 30 million naira. Musa Shuaibu Guri explained that the council has completed some capital projects, which include construction of school and motor park at Guri, construction of culverts at Gagia, Wariri, Margadu, and Guri towns. He directed the contractors handling Margadu solar street light project to return to site immediately. The news is coming to you from the studios of Saba Radio. More is after the short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still on to the services of Saba Radio 104.9 Hadija. Gwaram Local Government Council of Jigawa State said it has secured admission to 100 students to study NCE at College of Education Azare in Bauchi State. The council chairman Malam Zaharuddin Abubakar made this known in a Radio Jigawa program. He said the council also purchased 300 JAM scratch cards and distributed to students in the area. Zaharuddin Abubakar said teaching and learning materials were provided to schools in the area. He said 25 health centers were renovated between end of 2022 to date, while Saigi and Jalaman health centers will be commissioned soon. Malam Zaharuddin Abubakar added that 12 dilapidated health centers were renovated this year. Bauchi State Police Command has confirmed the killing of 1 person and kidnapping of 2 village heads in 2 separate incidents in Ningi local government area of the state. The police public relations officer in the state, SP Ahmed Wakil, who confirmed the incident, said the command received the report from the Balma outstation in Ningi local government yesterday that some gunmen stormed the village, shooting sporadically and taking away the village head, one Alhaji Hussaini Sali, 48, to an unknown destination. Wakil further disclosed that in another incident 2 days before Balma's village, the gunmen had kidnapped the village head of Bakutumbe village, who is still in captivity, adding that the police in Ningi division was combing the bush to rescue the abducted 2 village heads. Similarly, the acting chairman of Ningi local government, Ibrahim Zubairu, also confirmed the incident. He said the traditional ruler of Balma was sitting with people when 3 kidnappers came to his palace and took him away. 2 herders were on Sunday evening killed by gunmen in District, Riyom local government area of Plateau State. The chairman of Mieta Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Riyom local government, Alhaji Bello Tafawa, told Daily Trust that the herders were returning from rearing when the gunmen shot them to death. The Mieta Allah Cattle Breeders Association chairman gave the names of the victims as Adam Sani Ahmed, 33, and Musa Ibrahim, 23. Bello said the gunmen attacked them when they were coming back home after rearing. The victim died instantly because of the gunshot wounds on their bodies. Adam Sani Ahmed left behind 6 children while Musa Ibrahim left behind 1 child. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, did not respond to call and SMS by at the time of filing this report. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State celebrated this year's Democracy Day on Monday, June 12th, that's today, by rolling out some projects and programs aimed at revamping the agricultural economy of the state. He went around the Maiduguri metropolis on an inspection tour of completed projects, which he described as the dividends of democracy the state should celebrate. He said the state's proximity to Lake Chad is a significant advantage for the establishment of irrigation projects and revitalizing agricultural activities. Zulum observed that water reached 5 meters below the ground or at the shores of Lake Chad, while in other parts of the state, shallow wells supply sufficient water. Now to international scene. The United States and Saudi Arabia have condemned the resumption of violence in Sudanese capital Khartoum, where residents have reported airstrikes and exchange of artillery fire. In a joint statement, the two countries noted that the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces had controlled their forces during a 24-hour ceasefire, and it was deeply disappointing that fighting had resumed. A pro-democracy neighborhood group said shells had landed in people's homes in the south of the capital city following the expiry of the ceasefire. One resident who was awoken by the sound of fighting said the one-day lull on Saturday was like a dream that had now vanished. That has been the news. Before I go, a recap of the major stories. From the news warhead, President Bola Tinubu addressed Nigerians on Democracy Day. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps called on Nigerians to join hands in fighting against insecurity. United States and Saudi Arabia condemned resumption of violence in Sudan. That has been the news on behalf of the news department. Our editor, Amina Ibrahim Shada, our content announcer, Salma Adam Iko. I am Salamatu Liman saying good night.